Welcome back, children. So today we will do how is sound produced by man. Now you must have observed that in your neck region there is a protuberance, right? Here, this is called as the larynx or voice box. Inside the voice box there are vocal cords, right? Vocal cords, this way, crossing each other, right? Now when these vocal cords start vibrating this way, sound is produced. Various muscles are there which are involved, and these muscles either makes the vocal cords tight or it relaxes them. Accordingly, different type of sounds are produced by us. Now similarly, if the vocal cords are unable to vibrate, then naturally no sound will be produced. Similarly, we hear with the help of our ear. Now the ear which you see, actually this is the outer ear. This portion is the external ear. Inside there is a middle ear, and the innermost part is called as the internal ear. So sound waves enter through this external ear. As it enters, it goes to the auditory canal. Through the auditory canal, the sound waves move inside. Then there is one eardrum, which is also called as tympanum. The sound waves strike the eardrum. As it strikes the eardrum starts vibrating. As the eardrum starts vibrating, there are three small bones which are in contact with it. They start vibrating. This further is connected to a snail-like coiled structure called as cochlea. Now the cochlea now absorbs this vibration. Inside the cochlea there is a fluid which is called as endolymph, right? And then as the endolymph starts vibrating, cells are there on these coils in the cochlea, which are called as organ of Corti. These are actually the sound receptor cells, which are also called as phonoreceptors. So they now get the sound, and these transform it into electrical signal, and then via these electrical signals it is sent to the brain. The brain then interprets those electrical signals and we recognize them as sound. So this is how the ear functions. Okay, children? So remember, I have told you that how sound is produced by man, and second, how we hear sound. Both has been explained. Now children, next we will do that whether sound can travel in vacuum or not. Or we can say that sound requires a material medium for its transmission. Means sound requires either a solid medium or a liquid medium or a gaseous medium to propagate. Sound cannot travel in vacuum, right? So for that, one small experiment is there, which is also called as bell jar experiment. In this experiment, what we do, on a table we fix a calling bell, this is called as the gong, and this is called as the hammer. Right? Now this setting, this electrical bell, this setting is kept inside a bell jar. This is a glass jar in the shape of a bell. Now, see, so this is a bell jar covering the electric bell. This is the gong and this is called as the hammer. So when this hammer strikes the gong, you can hear the sound, and also you can see that this hammer is hitting the gong, right? So at first you press the switch. When you will press the switch initially, you will find, you can hear the sound, and at the same time you will find that this hammer over here, this is the hammer, this hammer hits the gong in this way, right? The hammer keeps on hitting the gong and sound is heard. Now keeping the key pressed, now you start the vacuum pump which is connected to this bell jar. As you start the vacuum pump, you will find that the sound which was so loud is becoming fainter and fainter as time passes. But at the same time you can see that the hammer is keeping on striking. The hammer is striking the gong. That means sound is definitely produced. But gradually the sound becomes fainter and fainter. And a time comes when no sound is heard at all. But you can see that the hammer is striking the gong. Now question is, what has happened? If the hammer strikes the gong, definitely sound is being produced. But why we are unable to hear the sound? The reason is, inside this bell jar, air was there. Due to this vacuum pump, all the air has been drawn out. So now inside the bell jar there is total vacuum, means nothing is there, just like in outer space. And in vacuum, sound is unable to propagate. Sound is unable to move through. Right? So this experiment proves that sound require a material medium for its propagation. Okay? So either you require a solid medium, or you require a liquid medium, or you require a gaseous medium. So without any material medium, sound cannot propagate. For this reason, sound waves are also called as mechanical waves. Right? So mechanical waves are those which requires a material medium for its propagation. So sound wave is an example of mechanical wave. So I think you have understood this. Please try to go through the videos nicely and Share it with your friends. Tell your friends to go through the video without neglecting. Thank you.